I am shiny. I know I look like a glow. It's since the sun is, I'm recording in my car. It's a lot going on right now. First I had it this way, but the sun was like right like this, so it was looking crazy. So I know I'm probably looking shiny. I'm sorry. I'll try to mess with it to see if I can make it look a little less crazy, but it is what it is. We are gathered here today, so let's just get to it. Ayy.
She knows exactly what she wants, and she knows exactly what she deserves, and it makes them boys nervous.
Hey you guys, it's Akira, part Truth and Love United. What is going on? Oh, I'm hairy, got a lot going on. So yeah. Hey you guys, it's Akira, part Truth and Love United. What is going on? So we in the car again. So yeah. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you also hit the notification bell so every time I post a new video, you will get notified. If you are coming back, hey boo, what's good, what's poppin', what's up? So today I'm gonna try to make this video as short as possible. Please excuse my voice. It's early in the morning. I am on site for where I'm supposed to be for work today. This video is going up late. It's not going up late, but I'm recording it kind of late. I do have another video excuse me, I'm working on for you guys, but I have to edit it and I really haven't had time. I've been running like a crazy person, hence why I'm recording in my car right now at quote unquote work, but I'm not on the clock. So I just got to work early so I could do this, just in case anybody who I ever work with come across this video. I'm not on company time doing this. I'm just, you know, just saying. So anyway, the word no. So well, you know what? Let's start over. No is a complete sentence that under a lot of instances does not require an explanation, period. So this conversation started a while ago for me. It's kind of been a progression of where I've been. People laugh all the time because I say no is a complete sentence that doesn't require an explanation. And actually, it wasn't until yesterday that I tweaked it just a little bit, because there are going to be instances where no does require explanation. But let me just get to the original idea of it, or like where it even came from. So growing up, I am the oldest. I think we've talked about this before. I'm the oldest of 3, and you know, and I'm a girl, so I think we put a lot of pressure on specifically our female children who are older. Like if you're the oldest, you're almost considered like a second mother. And I don't always think it's intentional. I think it goes back to living versus surviving. If you watch one of my, I forget which video it is, if I can find it, I'll put it in the description box. But in one of my old videos, I talk about how, you know, a lot of times we're raised on survival mode as opposed to learning how to live and to thrive. And when you're in those modes, you know, as you have children, as your children get older, you know, they're expected to help with their younger siblings, which isn't a problem. But sometimes with that comes the idea of feeling like you can't say no. You can't put it's hard to place boundaries when your whole life you've never been shown that boundaries are like an actual thing. As I've gotten older though, and to be fair to my mother is also the oldest of her siblings, so I know she understands. But again, like when you're in the midst of just trying to survive and get through it, you know, you do what you got to do. And I was there, so obviously I'm gonna help with my siblings, of course. And we have my grandmother too, but again, like all hands on deck type of situation, right? And I think most of us have that testimony, right? If you have siblings, most of us have that testimony. But anyway, so you know, as you get older, you move throughout the world, and because you're used to having to say yes to things, even things you don't want to say yes to, it kind of morphs into this thing where, you know, you don't want to say no. And if we're keeping it honest, like as women, we are taught to be available. We are taught to be helpful. We're taught that, you know, we're everyone's everything. You know what I'm saying? Like the idea of the superwoman trope, where like women can handle everything. Like those pictures of like moms who have like octopus arms, so their hands are in everything, when men don't have those same expectations, right? And not saying that men don't have expectations, but they don't have those set of expectations that you're supposed to be everything for everybody, and you're supposed to know how to handle it, and you're supposed to just be able to take it. When no one, I feel like the same energy that we give it to showing women, like, yeah, you should be able to handle all these things. We don't put that same energy into teaching women how to carve out time for themselves, how to make sure that they're mentally where they need to be, where they're spiritually where they're supposed to be, making sure that the decisions that they're making are in line with what God wants them to do and the purpose that He has for them. Now, don't get me wrong, we have family and children and things like that. Of course, like, there are going to be times where you're gonna have, or not even if you have a family. I'm a single person. I know there are times when I have to do things that I don't want to do, and I'm okay with that. But I refuse to take on things that are not my responsibility and don't have nothing to do, don't have anything to do with me. Hence where my, I guess, quest for the acceptance of me saying no came from. Yeah, I used to be, like I said, growing up, I used to be a chameleon. I was very, like, I wanted everybody to like me. So whatever I had to do to fit into that situation, I was willing to do. And I have said yes to things that I'm not proud of. I have done things that I didn't want to do. But because I wanted this person to like me, or I wanted this person to think I was cool, or whatever it was, I was willing to go outside of my character. So as I got older and as I really started to figure out who I was and whose I was, I kind of came to the realization, like, you know what? I'm not willing to do those things anymore. I'm not willing to put myself in situations that make me uncomfortable. I'm not willing to put myself on the back burner consistently for people and situations that wouldn't do the same for me when I'm not called to. You know what I'm saying? Hence where my no came from. And don't get me wrong, no is hard to say in the beginning, especially when your whole life you've been taught and trained to be a certain way. It's hard. But no. And the first time you say it, it feels weird. It feels off. And if we're keeping it a buck, I still sometimes struggle, depending on who the person is and who they've been in my life. Sometimes I still struggle to say no. But I think someone needs to know that it's okay to say no. It's okay to set boundaries. It's okay to say, you know what? This isn't for me. This situation doesn't have to include me, and I'm choosing to make it not include me. It's okay to have those conversations. It's okay to feel that way. It's okay to draw that line in the sand. And if it's someone who loves you and respects you, they're going to honor that. And if it's someone who feels a way about it, well, then that's a conversation I guess y'all can have. Because the reality is, a lot of times we say yes to everything, but when you go back and you think about it, how many times have those people also said yes? Like, for the people that we will bend ourselves into pretzels over, and not saying you should do it for a tit for tat, you know, I'm gonna do it so you can do it, not saying it in that perspective, but saying that person prioritizes their health, they prioritize, you know, what makes them feel good and what they want to do and things like that. So there's nothing wrong with making sure that whatever they're asking of you is in line with what it is that you want to do, or what's in line with purposefully what you're supposed to be doing. If it don't have nothing to do with your purpose, if it's something you just don't feel like doing, if it's something you don't feel like you're supposed to be doing, it's okay to say no. And like I said, it's gonna be people that feel that way. That ain't your business. Your business is to make sure that you are where you're supposed to be at all times. Sometimes we're helpful to our own detriment. We are so helpful that we will miss out on our assignment, miss out on our blessings, miss out on what we're supposed to be doing because we're trying to be helpful to someone else, not realizing that realistically we're not being helpful, but we're actually maybe being a distraction. We might be being an enabler. Like, we don't really know whatever it is, because again, we've been taught that we're supposed to just be there for people and be helpful. No is a complete sentence that does not always require an explanation. Like I said, there are going to be certain situations where maybe you do need to explain why you're saying no in this, but there are other times, no, period. That's it. That's a complete sentence, and that's all it needs to be. So I just feel like someone needed to hear that. I know it's hard. It will be a struggle, but I pray that you will be able to find your no. And you'll be able to draw those boundaries when necessary, and you'll be able to make people honor the boundaries that you're setting up, because they're important and they're necessary. And if they truly love you and respect you and want you in their life, they should be able to meet you halfway with that. And not only that, it's okay to teach other people how to say no, but the same energy you put out, you got to be able to receive. So if you are on your, I really don't want to do that, no, I'm okay, you have to be able to graciously receive a no as well. If you ask somebody to do something and they're like, nah, I don't really feel like doing that, you have to be okay with their no. And you have to be okay with not always receiving an explanation. At this point in my life, I believe that, you know, the people that I need for whatever, they're going to be in position. Of course, I'll ask whoever I need to ask, but the people who are supposed to be there, the ones who are supposed to help, they'll be in position, and God will make ways for them to do what I need them to do, period. And if you're not, that's okay. That just means this wasn't your assignment. So it's all about perspective. So if you've gotten this far, I really appreciate it. Make sure you check out the video. Make sure you check out the website, truthandloveunited.com. I'm thinking about starting I'm almost at I think last time I checked, I was at 99 subscribers. So we're almost at 100. I am so excited, and I'm so thankful for y'all. I really just appreciate the love and the feedback that I've been getting on my videos. I really, 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 really appreciate it. Anybody who knows me knows, like, I was really, really nervous to start this channel. I'm always nervous when I record something because I like to be mindful and intentional about the messaging that I put out into the world. So I just really appreciate y'all loving on me, supporting me, you know, giving me critique when it's necessary in my personal life. Like, I really appreciate y'all. Yeah, so we're almost at 100 subscribers. I'm thinking about starting to shout people out in my videos. So if y'all think that would be a good idea, like once a week, like just shout one person out once a week. If y'all think that's a good idea, let the kid know, put it in the comments. And yeah, like I always say, as long as you're running your race at God's pace, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Bye, y'all.
Know that girl can make everything you got a little better. She can change your world for the better.